scenes before you are the PR spinners' best attempts at blanketing the world with their view that we cannot simply exist in this world because we need control for our own safety and interests. The concepts of this are built into the very fabric of our so-called free society. We cherish this concept above all other forms of human behavior expressed through leadership and the power structure we are willing to tolerate. We stand as pawns while others masquerade as our protectors, using flags and manipulated imagery to justify losing some freedoms to keep others. We all merely sit at the master's feet like a dog, yet we think we are also atop this pedestal of freedom, when in fact we are the very thing they stand on to achieve this mass illusion. The illusion of freedom is fed to us from birth, and we set ourselves to be good little Americans and spread it to others like a cancer. We gave this disease to the great people of Iraq, descendants of the cradle of society, and over 600,000 of them now are clearly free of the system, are they not? This is a disturbing thought for us, but if looked upon with an eye for detail and a mind open to the inner working of this shadow area of our lives, we realize that all are too blinded and never see the artfully placed dominoes as they fall. Why is the rate of suicide in industrialized nations so much higher compared to other similar societies who lack this system of believing that through owning things and mindless work is being free? The system we live in devalues individual human life, as we are farmed for the pleasure and exclusive use by the few. We are told to work like robots and never question anything. Without the symbols of so-called caretakers, we would starve or be without basic needs. This allows the few to control the many with shiny objects, lust and greed for the very riches being hoarded from us. They dangle stories of men and women who have worked hard and achieved status just like them to the poor, so they can further butt into the system with the feeling that one day they can enter this perverted cult of human slavery. If you do not fall in line to these ideals or begin to see the system for what is and begin to not follow the rules of the society, you will be eliminated, like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and like scenes from the previous clips in this video. They too will resist. They will bring the end forces of their power to the forefront to stomp on you and publicize to those who were unwilling to resist and chose to stay inside their cage as more reason to take even more excessive actions to further erode their freedoms away. The irony is the master no longer has to be in the light, for he will just hire half the poor to control and demonize the other half while staying hidden in the shroud of secrecy and do nothing but reap the rewards of abusing humanity. They achieve this by vilifying any resistance to their system, especially violent encounters. They use these as perfect cannon fodder against the weak minds they seek to have dominion over. They prey upon fear like a stalking wolf. They make sure that you fear your neighbor and believe in their reasoning that all is for your own good. This concept is a backbone of our system of control here in America and has been exported around the world through the boots of the Amory, the main vessel used in the tyranny of freedom. They say in order for us to be free we must avoid the tyranny of the majority. The phrase, tyranny of the majority or tyranny of the masses, is used in discussing systems of democracy and majority rule. It is a criticism of the scenario in which decisions made by a majority under whatever current paradigm or system would place the majority's interests so far above a dissenting individual's interest that the individual would be actively oppressed. Just like the oppression by tyrants and despots limits on the decisions that can be made by such majorities, such as constitutional limits on the powers of Parliament and use of a Bill of Rights in a parliamentary system, are common ways of reducing the perceived problem separation of powers and is also implemented to prevent such an event from happening internally in the government. They fear the many making decisions for themselves because then the dog may see the master for what he is and finally plays our so-called evil self-interest upon those who ironically do the same. Do you see the truth? We do.